today?
How are you?
I'm all right. Sit on down. What's bringing you in today?
Work just been having me very stressed out, and it's just becoming very overwhelming. It's a lot right now, basically.
Overwhelming how? It seems like you're experiencing a lot of things.
It's a lot. Basically, you know how it is. You know, you are trying to do your job, but other people are not, and it's just so much work, and people not doing what they're supposed to do, and you just become frustrated because you're doing everything in your powers, but you don't see other people doing what they're supposed to do. So, like for today, for example, we were very behind, like overwhelmingly behind. And, you know, we're trying to do the right thing. You know, I'm doing my task, doing what I'm supposed to do productivity-wise. And they keep throwing stuff on my plate. And I'm like...
When you say they're throwing stuff on your plate, who is that?
You know, it's either the supervisor, the manager, or some random person that is not even in our... Well, they're in our department, but they don't have the powers to actually be assigning stuff to.
Okay.
So, like, for example, one of our coworkers is training somebody else, and all of a sudden, she started assigning stuff to me. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, they sent out an email telling her, you know, you need to kind of chill out because we got other stuff to handle today.
Right.
And this is not a priority.
Especially because you said that y'all were behind already, right?
Right. So, you know, I'm trying to do my best to, you know, be respectful and still, you know, help her out with her little task, but I still need to handle my stuff. And it's like, they started messaging me at the end of the day. And it's like, you know, towards the end of the day, you're like, okay, let's wrap up. The rest of the, you know, let's wrap up so we can end the day on a good note.
Right. Positive.
Positive. Because, you know, try to keep the positivity because, you know, sometimes, you know, my anxiety gets high and I'm trying to, you know, like, okay, let's debrief for the day. Let's get tomorrow to be
a brand new day.
Brand new day. So, I get an IM saying, hey, have you done this task outside you yet? And this is from somebody she's training. So I'm like, this is not even my coworker, my peer. This is somebody that's still training. You know, attacking me. Like, hey, why are you not on your job? So now I have to go behind her and go check and see everything she did. And come and find out she did everything wrong.
Okay.
So it's like, what am I supposed to do with this? Nobody's giving me answers. I'm asking this supervisor, well... just be happy you're not going to have to deal with it. And it's like, well, that's nice and everything, but what are you going to do to help me? Because this is an issue that I'm experiencing now.
So let me ask, have you voiced your concerns to your superiors prior to?
I mean, I have in the past, but it's like sometimes, you know, when you keep voicing stuff and your voice is not being heard, you start just like, do I really want to keep talking about this to them? Because you don't see anything coming about. And like in the beginning, they would like listen to my words sometimes. So like if I would say, hey, you know, such and such, I noticed they've been doing this. You know, I just want to give you a heads up. They'll say, okay, we'll keep that in mind. We'll reach out to such and such and let them know. But, you know, as things progress and things get more overwhelming and hectic, it's like they don't care.
So everything that's been going on with everything with you feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling as if you're not being heard, you're feeling as if the people that are above you, they don't care. Is it that they don't per se care about you or they don't care about anything?
You know, with the level of people I've been working with, I don't think they care about anything.
Okay.
I really think that they shouldn't have been in their positions maybe, or they should have been trained a little bit more, but it's like, it's just like being in a circus. Or like, they're juggling stuff that's on fire, and it's like, eventually you're going to have to stop juggling, and everything is going to catch flame. So when are y'all going to realize y'all need to think about what y'all doing, and we all need to come together as a group and just have this big discussion of, hey, what can we do as a whole group to get it together? But it's like, as a worker, you don't want to have these like, hey, you should do this because you're thinking, hey, you the manager, you should be able to handle these types of situations.
Of course. Is there like maybe a suggestion box or something where you work? Or a way that maybe you could maybe suggest something anonymously?
I don't know. I mean, I've talked to like some of the older people that's been there, and they have complained to HR. The HR has said stuff like, well, you know, that's the nature of the field. Stuff can't change. You know, you have to be used to change. And basically, if you're not ready for this type of work environment, this is not the work for you.
So it seems like pretty much every time you try to stand up for yourself, they're minimizing how you feel, or they're trying to minimize the situation as if it's not that big.
And that's exactly what's going on, and it's weird that you say that, because let something be huge or a project for them, and they're stressing out, having panic attacks, you know, going crazy, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, she's just a little overwhelmed, it's okay. But it's like, if we're feeling overwhelmed, it's like, well, you know, that's the nature of the job. You know, and it's not fair for our feelings to be minimized, but they can just feel all stressed out and crazy because they have a bigger title than us.
Okay. So, but do you feel that there's maybe favoritism in different aspects?
You know what? I really think favoritism plays a big role in it too. Because, I mean, I understand that you have your picks. You have your people you can go to. You can just say, hey, such and such, get this task done. I know you're going to do it right. Good job. But, you know.
Because you can count on that person. They're consistent.
But when you keep going to that person, you're going to wear them out. And then it's like you got your favoritism as far as, like, wanting them to do stuff for you. Okay. But then it's like, I wonder if it's like a backhanded favoritism, because you got people that don't do nothing. Okay. And it's like, what do you call this? The people that just get away with just skating by, doing one thing a day, and everybody else maybe have done 20 things a day. You know, it's like, it's very uneven. So it's like, what do we call this?
So when you say it's uneven, you mentioned 20 things. So 20 things, if you're responsible for 20 things in a day, and you're doing your 20 things, and you're pulling your weight, how much would you, I guess you say, the other person is doing?
They may be doing 3 to 4 things.
Okay, in comparison to the
20.
In comparison to the 20. So I could see in the issue of fairness as to why you would have a problem with that.
And so let's just say, for example, like we're behind today. You know, so I'm like, okay, instead of doing my normal 20, I jacked it up to 30.
Okay, congratulations to you.
Thank you. But guess what the other side was still doing?
They're saying 3 to 4?
Yeah, and it's like, and then on top of me doing my 30, they're still piling on other stuff. And these other people are still doing other things. So it's like, you feel like you're getting buried after a while. And it's like, you know, I know with my anxiety I need to take a break sometimes. But it's like, okay, now that my anxiety is under control, now I feel like my health is starting to feel a little funny. Like, I started feeling dizzy, having headaches. I'm like, okay, something's not right. Okay. So what can I do, you know, to let them know that, hey, this is an issue? Okay. And it's like, what else can I do? Because I'm telling you, I'm giving you the signs, you know. It's classic burnout. I feel like it's burnout.
I mean, how long have you been at this place?
So it's August, right? Started at the end of January of this year, so right around 7 months. Okay. Right around 7 months, and you know, and it's scary because you know it's like you haven't been in this job that long, but the nature of insurance is just one of those hectic, crazy places anyway. So you kind of understand that you know you burn out kind of quickly, but it's like everybody's leaving the department, and it's like, is this a sign for me to leave? It's like the job is not that horrible to do, right? But it's just people aren't able to manage it.
Okay, so it seems like there's probably like a lot of tasks that maybe you have to handle at different times throughout the day, and people are working at different speeds, and you have some people working faster than others. And it appears, based upon what you said, that the people that tend to work faster than others, they tend to give them more work to do. But it doesn't appear that there's any consistency or structure with maybe how y'all manage things or how maybe things are being run.
Not at all. And that's exactly, I think, why I've been having issues with this position, you know, excuse me, I got a cough. I don't want to cough on you. You know, excuse me. But like I've been in a manager role before, and you know, I know personally, I read a lot of books. Okay. You know, I wanted to make sure that I was doing my fairness. If I saw somebody that was struggling, I would talk to them. You know, sometimes you have to use those I statements because I've been listening to what you told me. I've been using my I statements and stuff. You know, like I feel that you are doing your best, or you know, just trying to make them know that I know who you are.
Right.
I know what you're capable of, and I know that you're not producing to your capability. So, you know, using those kind of statements, I think, would be helpful for them. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that they take their job seriously enough to know that this is something y'all should be doing.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I stepped away from being in those types of roles because it is a lot of work. It is tiring. Mm-hmm. So I understand both sides, but it's still, at the end of the day, somebody has to step up.
Somebody does. Mm-hmm. Have you thought maybe of being that person?
Who? You know, I honestly have thought about it, you know, because they are hiring for a new supervisor and stuff. But, you know, it's like more money, more sickness. Not at peace, at peace. So it's like, you know, that the whole balancing thing.
The balance.
And do I want to risk my peace knowing all I got to do is work from 7:30 to 4:30 and be able to leave, or have to worry about, well, I'm worried for all these people. I have to make sure I'm still on the clock for these people that need to be, you know, hear about this, and I have to worry about this plan. I have to worry about this transition. I have this meeting. I can't do this because such and such needs me for this. And, you know, I'm thinking about those kind of things, and I'm not sure if it's worth risking my peace. If I'm already not at peace, I guess.
Yeah, if you're already not at peace, and then they don't have any structure and order, it's a trade-off. Whereas you could make that sacrifice, but look at what you're sacrificing, how great of a sacrifice it is. Mm-hmm. It appears that you do like your job, because I've heard you say some positives about your job. You know, it seems like it works with your schedule. You know, it seems like you do enjoy what you do, and it seems like you're very capable and you do a good job of it, because in some people, they would view that as a compliment, that they are giving you more work. It just is they're piling more work on top of work, and that can sometimes be very overwhelming.
Very, very. You know, I'm just trying to take it one day at a time, you know, and definitely talking about it, getting it out feels much better, but it's like, you know, you don't want to have to be talking about your job. You'd rather talk about something, you know, like...
Right, because they have a million other things in the world to talk about.
Like, oh, my boyfriend and did this again, and, you know, how can I handle it? Oh, you know, it's like, why should work be my main focus? I'm not even there right now.
Right.
You know, I should be worried about home life. I should be worrying about Danielle. What can Danielle do to better herself? Exactly. Why should work still be affecting me if I'm off the clock?
Exactly. Because work currently is stressing you out. Mm-hmm. Very much so. And it's raising that anxiety. Mm-hmm. And even though you're using your I statements and you're using your different techniques that we've worked on, it's going to happen because you work in a stressful job. However, it's all about how you manage that stress and the different things that you can do. And so far, with the things you've been doing, talking about it, getting it out, making sure that, you know, you're you're exercising, you're doing your deep breathing, making sure you're doing all of those things to de-stress you. What have you done this week to de-stress yourself? Aside from come here.
You know, this week has actually been very stressful, and I have not been doing any of my self-care. You know, my air went out.
Okay.
You know, that was $2,500 I had to spend. I actually got sick at work. I had to leave.
Okay.
You know, and that's the same day my air broke. So, you know, and I was at my mom's house. So, because you know how this heat is down here.
It is extremely hot in Louisiana.
Had to leave, you know. So, I was in her house, and, you know, I love my family, but it's not quiet over there. It's always something going on. So, you know, I really haven't been able to, you know, do my, you know, my bubble baths, you know, watching my little favorite shows, you know, cooking, because, you know, I told you I love to cook, so I haven't been able to do my little favorite things, and I really can tell in myself when I haven't done them.
So what can you do to change how you're feeling?
Well, since my air is fixed, I'm back at my house.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. So I plan on when I get home doing my bubble bath.
Okay.
Light some candles, having all the lights off, all my distractions, not even turning on the TV and just sitting in quiet for a little while.
And being at peace.
That definitely, centers me because I remember you suggesting that book that was talking about, finding your centering and, when you're feeling overwhelmed, like I look at the picture of my puppies, I love my babies.
Indeed.
So, they really help center me as well. So I've been trying to, spend more time with them because when I'm overwhelmed, I don't spend time with them either. So definitely trying to use some more of my self-care techniques and, trying to incorporate some at work too, I think, would probably. Because sometimes at work I get so overwhelmed, I don't get to really take my breaks.
So you're not taking your breaks at work either.
Yeah.
And I mean, how much break time do you get at work?
I actually read in our manual we're supposed to take between 10 to 20 minute breaks a day. And then of course we get the 1 hour break. Usually for lunch I could do my 50 minutes, but it's those in between breaks where I sometimes forget to go. Like of course I'll go if I need to go to the restroom, but it's like back, right back after I finish and stuff. So I think I have to make sure I'm incorporating that into my day.
Well, how can you incorporate that? It seems like what you do is pretty structured already, right? So, and you kind of, just kind of work as you go throughout the day? Okay. So, is it possible to maybe set yourself up a schedule?
I can. Just looking at how some of my days go, usually, I get in at 7:30. So around the 9:30, 10 o'clock time, that's when I'm kind of having to go to the restroom anyway. So that could be kind of like my little downtime and stuff. And then usually take lunch around 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Okay.
And then like the rest of the evening, I maybe can do around maybe like 3 o'clock. Because 3 o'clock, it's getting close to leaving. So it's like I'm already itching to get out the door.
Right.
And, sometimes I take that last 15 minutes to leave a little early.
Sometimes, yes, depending on how the day goes.
So it's like even kind of structuring it like that. I guess extending my bathroom breaks maybe.
Okay, so if we extend our bathroom breaks, is there maybe a place that you can go, or what kind of facility are y'all at? Is there some outside? Are you stuck inside all day?
I can't go outside.
Okay.
But with this how hot the weather's been, that's been because when it was colder, I was able to take more breaks outside and go walk and stuff, so it was easier. But recently, it's just been so hot, or it's storming. So
we did have some rain today.
So they have the break areas and stuff, which I can utilize, but sometimes your co-workers in there and they like, hey, how you working this task? And it's like, we're not talking about work right now, So
right.
So trying to find a little area. I found that they were doing they have like a little new setup, and we can probably sit down or something out there.
Okay.
So
that's a possibility of a place.
Yeah, so I think they're trying to incorporate more break areas because it's so many people in there. It's probably a good 300 people, if not more.
Oh, okay.
So we definitely need to expand and get bigger areas because we're sitting on top of each other.
Pretty much, and so it's already pretty full. Okay, they're piling work on top of you constantly. You haven't done your self-care. You had a pretty stressful week.
Yeah. But, talking to you, I feel like the weight is off of my shoulders. And I can breathe a little easier. Because I realized I was not doing what I was supposed to.
And like you said, tomorrow is a new day.
I'm ready. And then it's the weekend.
Right.
Can just relax. Don't have to worry about setting that alarm clock. So I'm very excited.
See? See? Progress in the right direction.
Yes,
well, all right then. I will see you next week.
All right.
You remain awesome.
Thank you.
Until next time.
All right, man. Thanks.